Hi. Most of you know me. I'm Julie. You either know me by Julie Franks or Julie Murray, so Julie Franks Murray. And I wanted to do a video today because of a challenge, although it wasn't really a challenge. It was a wise piece of loving advice from my best friend yesterday. She knows that I've been struggling for several years, which sounds crazy, with how to bring my creative and spiritual and empowerment journey to the world. And she's seen me spin and spin and spin and not know exactly how to do this and what the best way is, and I'm a perfectionist and she knows that. So yesterday we were talking and she said, you need to just basically get off the fence and just, my word, cannonball into this pool and just not worry so much about what people think and what they choose to do with what you're bringing and giving. And she's given me this advice before, but I'm actually I'm actually taking it. And I've been blogging and having posts on Facebook for probably since 2014, and I've been I've been preaching and beating the drum of empowerment and bravery and authentic living, and all of that's true, and I advocate for that and I seek to do that in my own life. But I ran up against a wall with my own comfort zone, with being visible, being vulnerable, being truly authentic, and showing more the fact that I don't, so much of the time I really don't know what I'm doing. None of us do. That's the human part of walking any journey, any authentic journey. And I mean, even if it's an inauthentic journey, if we're on, we still don't know what we're doing. So she just challenged me to make this video and to tag everyone on Facebook, which is a horror to me, but I'm taking her advice. And so rather than continuing to preach and talk about empowerment and about bravery and about authenticity and about vulnerability, I'm going to demonstrate it today. I'm going to make myself vulnerable to all you fine people. And yes, you're on my friends list, but as you know, not everyone that follow us on Facebook are always kind about things they say or do, but that's the demonstration part. That's the part that I'm willing to do today. That's the part that I'm finally willing to do, is to show up and admit that after all this time of kind of spinning, I don't really know how to do this except to just do it. And it's one thing to preach and to talk about bravery and empowerment and authentic living. It's another thing to put yourself out there, like I am today. First thing on a Sunday morning, without makeup, not being a spring chicken, I'm putting myself out there in the most, really in a lot of ways, the most vulnerable way I possibly could. And to make myself known and to make myself visible. And some of you know, visible in a way that I haven't before been willing to, on video, publicly. Many of you know that my background is fundamentalist Christianity. I was raised in it, and then became a messianic believer. And some of you may not know what that is. It's just believing on Jesus, except from a Hebrew perspective. So rather than do Christmas and Easter, we do the biblical feast days like Passover. So, and then after that, I began to really seek God. And there's a difference between seeking the divine and seeking what truth is, between a framework of religion that you've inherited and that is meaningful and has meaning, and really going out in the desert looking for the divine, looking to encounter the divine. And I spent many years on that journey, and I'm changed because of it. And part of the reason that I haven't really known how to put myself out there is due to the fact that I don't fit in a category. I don't fit in a neat category, and probably none of us do in different ways, but religiously speaking, when you come from fundamentalist Christianity and you deviate from that party line, there are issues. And my particular brand of empowerment, while it is regarding personal sovereignty, meaning there are a lot of things about it, like boundaries, like asking for what you want, like just not letting other people's agendas be put on you anymore, becoming the authority of your own life, which is itself a journey. While I talk about a lot of those issues, and those are kind of my really sweet spot issues, I just haven't known how to show up and be visible. You know, when you know you want to do online courses and you know you have content, you have things to share with people. I don't know if you do this, but I realize I know I don't know, and so I've gone and, you know, taken courses and read a lot of people's materials about how to show up in business. And there's all this conventional wisdom out there, and some of it is so fantastic when you don't know something. YouTube is amazing. You don't know how to do something, go watch YouTube. You can build a house. I mean, I'm not even kidding. But at the end of all of that, what sovereignty really is, and what empowerment really is, and what authentic living really is taking all of those things, all of those truth treasures, and all of the things that resonate and that work for you, and melting them down into a pot, into an authentic life for yourself, where you take yourself off of the wrong hooks, all of the wrong hooks that people try to put you on and pigeonhole you in and tell you this is who you are and this is how you can be and this is how you can think and how you can believe and how you can feel. Taking all of the stuff of the journey and working that alchemy into a path that is true to your soul, and still, for my part anyway, living in a humble and bowed state before the divine and seeking divine will. So it's not always an easy thing to articulate being sovereign in yourself and having authority and having power with yourself and being in your integrity and making those choices and being the authority of your own life rather than other people being the authority of your life, while living bowed to the divine will. And so in every possible way, I've done it in my own life, but I haven't known how to show up that way. And I've talked a lot about being brave, but I'll just be honest, I've been afraid. I've been really afraid. And in some ways, I'm really good to not let people's opinions keep me from doing what I want to do in my personal life, day to day. But in showing up on the internet, showing up in a big way in front of people, vulnerable, and opening yourself up to all kinds, you know what the world is. And not everyone is kind, and not everyone is truthful, and not everyone is intentional about living the way they want to live in their integrity. And so this is me answering the challenge of my friend, the loving advice of my faithful friend. Thank God for faithful friends and faithful counsel. Thank God for those lifelines. And in order, we all have dreams and we all have things that we want to accomplish in this life, big or little. And we just want to show up in the most authentic way of integrity with where we are, with what we know that we can. And that absolutely takes bravery. But the more I do this, I'm already feeling relieved and a release, because I'm willing to do something today that I haven't been willing to do, and that's going to open the door. And every time you take a step like that, small or big, it's going to open the door a little wider to you pursuing and being open about and secure about the life that you want to live and the path that you want to walk. And so there are several things I want to do. I want to create online courses around what I've learned on my journey. I also have started dabbling in mixed media. I've been married to a fine artist, literally fine art artist, Keith Murray, keithmurrayart.com, for 28 years now, and I've had the massive benefit of his art all over my house. But I've just now started to dabble in my own little journey and baby steps for me, and just letting it be what it is, and knowing that my art isn't like his art, and that's okay. It's not what I would consider fine art, not to be mean to myself. I'm taking bits and bobs and things and gluing them on a canvas and kind of playing at drawing and smearing paint around, and it makes me happy in a way that doesn't make sense. And so all of that I want to start sharing with you on my Facebook page, The Soul Alchemist, and on a YouTube channel by the same name, The Soul Alchemist. And so this is going to be my first post. God help me. Literally, I pray, God help me. And my website is juliefranksmurray, Murray with an A.com. So I'm going to go now and go ugly cry, probably in some corner, and be like, what the heck have I done? What the heck have I done? But if you're seeing this video, and you will see it, I've shown up and I've taken the brave step, and if you don't give a rat's behind, that's okay too. Love to you. Love to all of us. We need it right now. See ya. Bye.